Today I'm going to be talking about replacing the alternator, which is a cheap Chinese one here that didn't even last a month. And obviously, to remove and replace the alternator, you have to remove the oil housing. So oil housing was already, the seal and the O-ring and everything was already replaced a long time ago. Everything's clean. However, the alternator has to be redone, and I have to replace the oil housing again. So stay with me. So we will be removing here this air vent and air box to take it off the way, and we will be taking draining the liquids, draining the coolant, draining the oil, so it doesn't make any mess anywhere. Then we'll remove the since we're going to be dealing with the generator or alternator replacement, we'll remove the belt. So, and then we'll put the belt back after that. So I removed the screw, the little screw here to remove the fan assembly, and I disconnected this power whatever connector that was connected to the fan assembly here. So it should be very easy. It seems like it's already moving. So there's a latch here on this side, and there's nothing on this side. I'm going to be removing the fan in a moment. It should slide right out there. Yeah, I actually took this coolant hose off the disconnected off of that thing, off the top of that fan assembly, so it let us remove it easily. Okay, so I just drained the oil, all of it, because I will be changing oil anyway. So I'm going to replace the oil filter, and obviously as part of this oil housing, I already took out the belt. You just use this, the big Torx. I'm going to include it in the comments, in the memo section. So the Torx key, and you just remove it fairly easily. And you see I didn't even remove the fan. Looks like something was holding it down there, I don't know, so I will probably remove it later, depending on if I can install the belt or cannot install the belt with it still in there. So anyway, so now I'm going to drain some of that coolant, not all of it, but just some. So I have this, obviously the level of the coolant is supposed to be lower than this one, so all of the tank should be completely empty before I can disconnect this one, otherwise it will be like, you know, all over the place. Okay, so I opened it. I'm gonna drain it using this little thingy from Walmart. So I'm gonna put it in a plastic can, like a gallon type plastic, empty plastic can. Then I will put it back because it's actually new and it's pretty good quality, so it should be overused. All right. Okay, here's an example of fantastic engineering, German engineering. This oil filter housing is being held by three not the Torx, but yeah, those Torx screws or something like that, and three of them right there, 1, 2, and 3. So the third one was hiding under the manifold. So I loosened those screws on the manifold just enough so I can a little bit move it aside. So hopefully that should let me remove that bolt right there, that screw right there, allowing me to, you know, to get this oil housing off of this, off of the cylinder head. So I decided to remove the fan because of this. You see, I can't really put my wrench, and it doesn't fit. I tried to unscrew this the torque screw, but it won't let the wrench go anywhere. There's just not enough space. I'll just have to remove the fan shortly. To remove the fan, I believe I need to also, besides this corner screw and besides this latch on the right side, probably have to remove, there is something else attached to it. I think that cooler, the transmission cooler thing that's attached down there to the fan, enclosure. So yeah, I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna lift the car up a little bit, and I'm gonna climb down there and then remove that screw, and we'll remove the fan after that. Okay, I'm under the car right now. There's this fan. You can see this plastic thing. This is the fan shroud, and this screw is holding it, actually attaching the transmission cooler to the fan assembly. So I'm going to remove it shortly, and I will let me get the fan assembly out of there. Okay, so I got a fan out of here, and I unscrewed a couple of screws over here and this in the oil housing, and I disconnected the coolant pipe from here. And like I said, you don't have to drain all of the coolant, just the tank, just empty the tank pretty much. But a little bit of coolant still leaked out of there because it was right here in the housing, so it just leaked out. So cover the area with I don't know, with some microfiber or something to prevent some napkins, to prevent it from going, you know, further anywhere into the parts, you know, and you know, in the car basically. So Now I'm trying to get some oil out of here with some fabric, and I will be removing the housing shortly. Okay, remove the housing. There's not a lot of mess coming out of there. I drained the oil. Probably didn't have to drain the oil because oil is all down there in the engine, in the oil pan down there anywhere. The engine is cold, so there should not be a lot of oil around. Still a little bit of mess leaking out of here, and I drained some water. So next step is going to be removing removing the alternator. I already removed some of the screws, and that's the goal of my today's project, is to actually replace the alternator. This is just a byproduct essentially of today's project, but it's always a good idea to replace the old housing seal. I however done it last year anyway, so that was not necessary. However, today is going to be another replacement of the installation of a new seal in the oil housing. So there we go. Okay, I was able to remove the broken Chinese alternator and install the original one that I had before, which is working. It's not that new though, but it's working. At least it will give me a few months or maybe a couple of years before I buy a completely new one. The Chinese one is not really one that is feasible. It's, by the way, they made like Costco. It's sold under the brand name Costco. I'll attach it to the notes. So the other thing what I just did, I used the 800 grade sandpaper a little bit. So I just removed a little bit of that residue here with sandpaper, a little bit tiny bump over here, so it's completely flush now. And I'm going to install this new made in Japan seal in a second, in a minute though. Thank you. Okay, almost everything is back. Manifold is back. Oil filter housing is back. The oil filter is inside. All the rings replaced. This pipe, the coolant pipe, is connected. All this, torque to this, essentially tightened to the spec, to the torque spec, as supposed to be. All those screws are back. Now it's time to install the belt. The good idea before, obviously, removing the belt is to take the picture of the pattern, how it's installed originally. And I believe I did it earlier, so I have to find my original picture, and we'll install it shortly. The belt is now installed. I use this tool, the T60 Torx, with a long, whatever that, I don't know, crank thing is. I don't know, whatever it is. So it's just basically you just plug it into this the hole in there, and there's a spring-loaded tensioner that you just push on this thing, and it just and obviously you either release or hold it, so you can put the belt properly everywhere, and just make sure the belt is sitting in all the grooves properly how it's supposed to be. Otherwise it's going to be a problem. So there you go. The fan is back. It's installed now, attached, all the screws back in. The electric connector is back in. All this water coolant hose is back in its original place, and I put the coolant back. It was about 1 liter, a little bit slightly over 1 liter of that coolant. I put it back in the expansion tank. So put that air compression, whatever that thing is, the pipe attached is back to the manifold. So I'm gonna be ready to put my oil back, because it was my oil change time anyway. So I'm gonna put the oil back, and we'll start up soon, and we'll be on the road.